cheese.
Cheese. You know it as the tasty, stretchy stuff on your pizza, or as a layer of your deli sandwich. It's a food whose great history stretches back as far as even 8000 BC. It's thought that the first cheese was made by the first ranchers of sheep and goats. Trace samples of fats in England have led scientists to believe that cow's milk was not even used for cheese making until around 6,000 years ago. Not only has it stretched across time, the usage of cheese has stretched across physical distance as well. Cheese has been seen everywhere from Egyptian murals to its usage today in the food in America. Even the Mongols made cheese, and this is 100% true, from the milk of their horses by putting it in bags and letting it churn as they rode. Even in terms of cheese making, the versatility and creativity of the Mongols continues to astonish me. With cheese, inventions to make it better were also created. The cheese grater is arguably the most famous of these inventions. Although cruder versions of this device have been dated from times reaching even to ancient Rome, what you know now as a cheese grater was invented by Francois Bouillet in the 1540s in France with the idea that hard cheeses could still be used. Wait, are you saying that before cheese graters they were only eating like brie? Anyway, moving on. The cheese grater was initially chunky and crude. Most were made of soft steel and rusted quickly. Judging by the time, I'd be willing to bet that a few people died from tetanus after eating rust with cheese, and shredded cheese was hanged for witchcraft. Once the design got better, people were finding these harder cheeses like Parmesan and cheddar were getting easier to add to everyday dishes. The grated cheese was much more manageable than the big blocks that the hard cheese comes in. With the era of the cheese grater came many advancements in the arts, not only in the culinary arts, but in the musical arts as well. In places like Jamaica, people use cheese graters as percussion instruments. Gotta be careful playing with that though. One wrong hit and your fingers are gone. Cheese graters have begun to change more with the times. More variations have been created for similar but different purposes, like the nail cheese grater for the practical chef. Or you could get yourself a nice roll of grater paper. I mean, it is still better than what we got at school. You could also get an electric cheese grater if you're so incompetent, so lazy, such an absolute pea-brained imbecile that you're incapable of moving your arm up and down to grate the cheese yourself. Or you could get the happy cheese grater, solely for the purpose of brightening your day. Jesus has his own cheese grater company, apparently. Even Apple's come out with cheese graters. Today, cheese is a big part of culture. People who live in America tend to like cheddar and jack cheese more. Italians are fans of Parmesan and mozzarella. If you're from France, you may be more inclined to eat camembert or blue cheese. People have also come up with some very unorthodox ways of using cheese, such as this. I don't know why it exists, but it does. People have learned to prepare cheese so many ways it's hard to count. A lover of cheese from Wisconsin named Frank Baker was thinking for more applications for this versatile dairy product one day in 1976 when he stumbled upon the idea of making simple sticks of cheese that you could snack on. Years later, he's now credited for the invention of string cheese. So, obviously, there was just a Frenchman from the Middle Ages who time traveled forward to 1976 and like left one of his cheese sticks from the Middle Ages, and the guy was like, you know what? I bet you could eat that, but not deep fried. Yeah, so that's cheese, a brief comedic history. As I'm sure you're aware, cheese is still being used for countless applications, making it one of man's longest standing food sources. Personally, I can't wait to see what cheese has in store next for humanity. I hope you enjoyed the video and have at least some preliminary knowledge about cheese now. So without any further ado, I'd like to say thank you for watching the video. See ya!
Ay, ser al aire merece tu sayado.